like to welcome you all to Talking Shit with Drea and Táíyé. Mm-hmm. This is our second episode.
This is our second episode.
First one was fun.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Talked about a lot.
We did talk about a lot. We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something. I got something I want to read.
Okay.
And I want to just start this to talk about boundaries. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to read this slow because I didn't read out loud when I was a kid. It says, bruh, I did some dumb shit. Took my baby mama to Atlanta, went to a swingers club and turned up. Bruh, me, her, and a fine ass turning up. I'm done. I tapped out. I caught me 2 good ones and I'm drained. This big black 6'6" musclehead N-word came over and wanted to join them. I had to agree because that's what we talked about beforehand. Mm-hmm. This is both on our bucket list.
Okay. Are you still reading?
Yeah. No, This is both. This is not me.
Oh.
Okay. So now it's the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the 6'6" male musclehead, right?
Got it.
Okay. Not getting too graphic, but follow me. He had on a towel, and I'm not the smallest down there, no diddy. I'm a good 7 inches plus. This dude pulled out an elephant trunk and laid it on the other girl's forehead. I told him, you're not putting that in my girl. This heifer, her girl said, I want it. I took the hardest swallow and said, okay. Pause. I had to watch my girl get slaughtered. I even went over there while he was doing it and rubbed her forehead to tell her it would be okay.
Okay.
She was yelling, begging for me. She was in a zone and I checked out mentally. It's okay when we do it, but that right there, nah. Fast forward to this morning. I woke up this morning in the mood.
Okay.
Like any guy would, I went over to her and started to strike it up with her. This motherfucker said, not right now. I'm still sore from the weekend.
Fair.
What the fuck? Who says that? I can't get what I want because she's still sore from this motherfucker. The 6'6" elephant trunk guy. I thought I could take it, but the entire experience turned me completely off. I want to break up with her, but I love her. I just don't think it could ever get back to where it was. Any advice?
Yeah, I hate him because who uses the word? Is this like 1980s?
People still say that.
No, nobody says that anymore. And he needs to get over it. I mean,
what?
Yeah,
get over what?
You went.
So here's the thing.
That's what happened.
So your advice is that he just get over it.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Like, I think there's boundaries in a relationship, right? One, as a man, I don't care how crazy it gets, you can't unsee that. Now, I have friends who swing. I have friends who swing and they have their rules and their, but also in that, there's what you can deal with and what you can't deal with. Let me say as a man, first of all, this man went and rubbed his girl's forehead while another man was giving her the goods.
Right.
Like, oh, it's so gonna be okay. First of all,
that's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
That's not allowed. That's not allowed.
It tells me a lot about this relationship.
Okay.
Second of all, at the time when he said, no, you're not putting it in there, and she said, yes, I want it, that's another point where you can stop.
Valid.
Tap out. You can play crazy. You can pick a bed and flip the bed over. Like,
right.
You don't let him put that thing in her. Right?
Right.
There's no coming back from this.
Okay, I understand there's no coming back from it, but it happened. They went. That was the whole purpose. They didn't know what was going to happen when they got there. They didn't know what was going to be presented to them. So we're here. It's done. What is he supposed to do now?
Break up. It's over. Let me help you. So, yes, she'll get over it after she's not sore anymore.
Okay.
After the 7 days or whatever it's going to take for her taking the situation in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But she's never going to forget that. Furthermore, he's never going to forget seeing his woman being piped down to the
she's
point.
She's never going to forget what?
The guy with the tree trunk.
That doesn't mean it was enjoyable because it was a tree trunk. She's hurt.
She's saying that it was. She loved it. It got hurt. They didn't just stop. It was like, oh, it's too big. She said, I want that.
I want that. Okay.
Remember that part? Oh, I gotta have that. What do you mean?
Yeah,
that's what she said.
That's what she said beforehand.
When he said, you're not putting that in my woman.
She said that beforehand.
But she still, during the process.
Wanted it beforehand.
She still wanted it during.
But when did she say it? Go back, reread the last part because she said, I want that before.
But Dre, she didn't stop. The reason she saw is because it wasn't like 5 pumps.
But at the end of the day, it may not be what she wants all the time. That may be a moment in time.
I'm a man. Let me just help you out here. Let me just help you. 2 things. 1, whenever he's inside of her, it's never going to be that. Physically impossible. Somebody done tapped the bottom. She's never going to forget that. Now, we can get past that. But as a man, he's never going to forget that. He can't. He can't unsee it. This is why I don't play this game.
Well, that's exactly my point. You have put yourself in a situation where you have to play the game. And just because you don't like the players and what happened when you played the game, he put himself in that situation.
Let me tell you where the challenge is here. I'm going to go into the whole thing. This is it. Number 1.
He thought everybody that was going to come to the club was going to have a small date.
No, he also didn't put his foot down like, I noticed what we talked about, but now it's not happening. And because he didn't, and I'm going to give you the broader perspective here, his woman felt comfortable saying, nah, chill, I want to do this. Because even if she wanted to, she would have been like, I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, that's not what happened. The man that allowed this man to enter with the tree trunk and then rubbed her head is the kind of man that allows that a woman be like, let me try this out because this is on my bucket list. It would never happen with a different kind of man. It's not happening. Even if a man is going to be a hypocrite about it. He'd be like, listen, I will go here. He had 2 red bones and she was like, I want to get this. No, you can't.
So you use the word red bone.
No, I don't.
You just said it's
I said it because it's the person. I'm just saying.
Okay.
The point is, this is what I say about boundaries. In a relationship, sometimes things aren't fair.
Okay.
Right?
That's true.
In this case, when the big 6'6" tree trunk dude came, we're leaving. We're gone.
Okay.
But it's not fair. You got to do, no, we both did that one. This guy is going to change our lives forever.
That is a fair statement.
It's a very fair statement. Nobody at any point called timeout. Timeout. We haven't seen this.
Okay, but what man really wants to say in that time, his is too big and I can't. I mean, it's just the way you phrase it, the way you think about it.
Yeah.
In the moment, sometimes people don't make the decisions that you would make when you're sitting quarterbacking the next day. You don't know what you would have done in that moment.
And this, I'm not rubbing my woman's forehead while a man is piping her down.
You may not have done that, but would you?
I'm like, get off of her. You're hurting her. I hate you. Big, strong, 6'6". Stop it right now. Police, security. No.
Okay.
It's not happening. This is the thing. This is the challenge when I speak up like men. And they get into this thing. I know there's equal rights, this, that, and the other. Sometimes a man has to say, hell no. This man that rubbed her head is the kind of man that's like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
What you mean you're not going to have sex with me because you're in pain? Like, what? It's time baby, this has been fun, but it's over.
Okay.
Because she going to want it again. She got 6'6" guy's number.
And she's going to want it again.
It's the Instagram. He didn't write it down on a napkin.
Because you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do it. He's in his DMs with tree trunk pictures. Mm-hmm. Remember me?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I get it.
Boundaries.
But you put yourself in a situation where you went to that type of establishment and that's what happened.
But you can go to that establishment, just say no. And just say no. Just say no.
Okay. But once
I've heard allegedly.
But once you have talked yourself into going to a situation like that, when the time you get there, you're just like, okay, well, whatever happens, happens. And that's just what happens.
That's the misconception.
It takes a lot for people to, you just wake up one day and say, I want to go to this club.
That's the misconception. So allegedly,
okay,
the spot he's talking about is here in Atlanta. It's called Trapeze. I know it's what he's talking about. When he said the towels, I know what it is.
Have you been?
We're not talking about me. I'm just saying, allegedly.
Yeah.
So in these cases, I've done some research on this because a lot of my friends have gone. In the first part of the spot, there's like a bar and a dance floor. It's like a whole club, but you bring your own alcohol. They have food, and it's everybody's dressed as cool, right? Partying. But there's a point you go back where you can't wear any clothes. You have to wear a towel or robe, that kind of thing.
Right.
They have different nights. On a Saturday, it's couples night. Now, you would think when you go to a swingers club that you have to do something. Most couples that go just to be an experience and be able to watch other people do stuff, and they get turned on, they go in a private room.
Okay.
You have options. This is what I didn't know. I thought that everybody went to a swingers club was messing around with everybody at the swingers club. That's not the case. Sometimes a man brings a woman, brings two women. Sometimes women choose a woman that you're with. So in this space, in opposition to what you're saying, I'm saying you don't have to do anything. At the point when this guy saw the tree trunk dude, it was time to go or go to a private room or say no thank you or say she's not that deep or say, hey, sir, you're going to mess up my relationship forever.
There are options.
There are options. This guy decided to rub her forehead while she was...
That was the option that he chose.
Do you think that was sweet?
It was comforting.
You think
nice.
What? He
rubbed her forehead. What else? He doesn't know what to do. He's confused.
This is the problem.
There's a tree trunk, an elephant trunk. Nobody knows what to do.
I know what to do.
Well, that's because...
We might fight.
You're not fighting.
Put that away. Why do you have that thing? There's no weapons allowed in here. Why are you carrying that thing around here? What's going on?
Listen.
Let's not.
I got it.
Here's my broader perspective. This is why I truly want to say this. Men be letting people get away with too much shit. They let their women get away with too much. And I'm saying this is going to sound like hypocrisy.
Okay.
Because he got his thing and she was ready to get her thing. But sometimes you got to be able to say, this is going too far. And I know you're going to be mad at me, but I'm saving us. And I'm saving your vagina.
You're so kind-hearted.
Yeah. And I didn't even rub her forehead.
No, you didn't have to.
I just
Not
say
when you use
boundaries.
Use the words. Use your words. And
So,
that was very kind of you.
I think Trapeze should pay for this segment.
They probably should. You're really trying to get these people to sponsor, huh?
I'm trying. Hello?
Yeah. All right. Trapeze.
I mean, I can't ask you questions, but I'm wondering if anybody been to a swingers club in here?
Yeah.
Ooh. That was loud. Who said yup? Oh, Moo-Moo! How was it, Moo-Moo? Allegedly, their biggest nights are Halloween.
Because you have a costume on, nobody can see who you are.
Okay, let me just say this. The stories I heard about Halloween are they're great. So this is the thing about a swingers club that people I think really attract to. You know how people watch porn? Imagine being with somebody that you care about and love, and you're inside of a porno. And there's alcohol, there's energy, and you're sitting there talking to your friend about your person, about the kids, and all of a sudden you're and you're like, okay, why are we talking about the kids? It's really a way to spice things up. And I'm saying allegedly.
Allegedly. Because you've never been.
Because I've never,
You just keep hearing about it.
When you think about who goes to swingers club, I was told that go to Publix or Kroger and look at the people that are shopping. It's that range of people that go.
People who eat?
That too.
Yeah.
But everybody goes. Everybody go.
That's not true.
Listen to me. I just asked in this room. Some people are fronting.
One person.
That's the only because she's a G and she's been a G and she gonna say what she gonna say. That's my homegirl from back in the day.
My
She's been a G.
Too.
Yeah,
been
she a G. So she ain't never. That's why I say yup. Somebody else. There's 5 people in here that have swung, have done threesomes. They're just not saying nothing.
Okay, that's fair. However,
boundaries, and and most of them would not.
You've never gone,
huh?
So you're not a G because you won't admit to that. You've gone.
I'm a sucker. Call me. That's not going to work with me.
Okay.
But the numbers are staggering that actually go swing, play, threesomes. I'm not built for it though.
Yeah.
I'm not built for my wife to get. I'm not. I might cry. I would have cried. It would have been like hardcore tears. Like I would have cried like one of the mean cries. I would have punched air like Boys in the Hood. That would have been me. That's me. And I would have been like, you whore! How could you do this to us? You just killed our relationship. And she could be like, well, you were my forehead. I thought it was okay. It's over.
Yeah, but I mean, you have that as a man to have a measuring, for a lack of better measuring stick.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
But for us, what do we take you to the swingers club and there's a woman with a bigger chest or a bigger butt or whatever.
Oh, women say no to men all the time. They're like, you can't have her.
Okay.
They do. There's
They're
rules.
selfish.
No, there are rules. They have rules, and whatever their rules are, they have it. A woman, people get jealous. Like it's natural. So my homeboy and his wife, they've been swinging for, them.
Yeah, I don't know.
They've been
I just
swinging,
feel like
they have rules, but they still
once
talk about.
You get to that point where you're going, I kind of feel like you at that point have said anything goes. Okay,
that's the nuance of it.
Okay,
we should have brought somebody on here that talks about, excuse me, ma'am, Mumu, did you go with your man or you going with a friend?
I went with my man.
And he was cool with it?
Yeah, but we had rules.
And then they broke up.
Yeah, rules.
Mm-hmm.
Just went to go to watch.
Yeah, that's called voyeurism.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's a game changer though.
She's not even a G. She just watched.
Damn, now you question G because she didn't do anything?
I'm just saying. If you're going to go.
I just didn't do it without my man.
Oh.
Ow. Ain't no ow. Ain't no ow. So this is my segue. I want to do a swingers party.
Okay. Oh, so we're going to have a fake wedding and we're going to have a swingers party. What else? What are these dreams would you like to fulfill?
Really? You want me to do it here?
Yeah. I want to know. I want to be a part of it. I want to help. I want to make your dreams. Like this was a dream and I made it a reality. So
I want to do this. This is your dream.
It was my dream for you.
Did I tell you the concept that we talked about last night? Dave Chappelle's concept of sometimes you're in somebody else's dream.
Oh yeah, we did. We did talk about that.
Well, we'll come back to that in a minute. I want to do the swingers party is not really a dream bucket list thing. I just want to do it, but I want to be the person sitting out and making. I want to be Geppetto, making everybody.
You want to be the puppet master?
Yeah, okay. I want to be that guy. The wedding, yes, I want to have the wedding. I want to do ayahuasca with myself first, and then a bunch of people.
Okay.
I've done mushrooms one time.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, before everybody started doing it. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Did it in Brooklyn, right by Albany Projects, with Obama. Amazing. Like I was in it, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
What does it feel like?
In that moment, I knew the secret to it all.
From mushrooms.
I told Obama, I got it. I know the secret to it all. The morning, I forgot it. When I tell you, it's like... So I truly believe that we move around here and there's things going on, parallel spaces, and there's things we're not oblivious. I mean, that we're oblivious to that are happening, spirit, whatever. But my cousins kept on telling me before that you should talk to the tree. And I was like, bro, the trees don't talk, man. Cut it out. So the whole time I was like, bro, make sure when we do it, you go talk to a tree. Are you listening to me right now?
I am.
Okay, you're on your phone. This is the problem with society today.
I was the man of the hour.
I mean, somebody else. Jeep, can you text trauma, please, for us? Because I know. Thank you. So I get it in. I'm starting to do capoeira with my cousins. Capoeirista. You know what capoeira is,
Yeah.
right? I don't do capoeira. I've never done it. All of a sudden, I'm doing it. He's like, yo, where'd you learn that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just doing this shit, right? So then he says, go talk to the tree. And I'm sitting, I'm in the space. I'm like, bro. He said, just go over there and talk to the tree. So I went over there and I'm sitting there and I'm still skeptical, like, this is stupid. And all of a sudden, the tree starts talking to me. But it's not talking to me. It's literally like sitting with the old person and you just know they've been there for a very long time. And it's giving me stuff, but it's not speech. So I'm on the tree and I'm getting all this information. Like, I know a child is coming. I know it's going to be a girl. All this stuff is coming to me. All this stuff is coming. So when I tell you it's one of the best experiences of my life, and I think if done well in the right space with the right people, that you can tap into things that you've never knew possible and things that you didn't know about yourself. And there's two sides of it. You can have a good trip and it'd be great. But then also, if you got stuff that you need to work on, it's going to come out. It's going to be a bad trip. It's going to come out. So ayahuasca does that too.
Yeah.
I just think that the more we plug into this matrix, the less of, case in point, nobody uses money anymore.
You're right.
Nobody has dollars. Oh! Well, welcome. How was Pilates?
Feel like a new man.
Yeah, welcome. Hold on. No, we got you. We're going to bring you in. We're waiting for this guy. Just came when he wanted to come. I'm going to take this moment out to introduce everybody to the Bestie crew, which has been named by Drea. And she actually took my phone and put Drea, my bestie.
And you kept it there.
Yeah, I mean, because,
I need to change your phone.
I don't know. But I've known this guy for 30 plus years. Jesus Christ. Since high school in New York. Quick story. This is how I met him. I used to hang out with Lemuria Moji Asantua, but mostly Lemuria Moji. And they were younger than me, but they were running the streets before I was running the streets. But they had access to all the spots in New York, like all the, the meat packagers. They get in. They were like 15 getting us in the clubs. So through them, I started hanging out with them, going to AHAB and chilling, but I met a Santua. I met a Santua at Moji's birthday party, somebody's birthday party in the loft. It was Moji's 16th birthday party. But there was this girl in there named Candia Mosley. And Candia Mosley, I saw her and I was like, oh my God, who is this person? Remember I was talking about the numbers, last episode? Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh my gosh, I got to talk to her. Oh my gosh. So Candia Mosley wasn't feeling me in the party and she left. And my rule back then was I have to leave here with the number. That was the thing. So Asanta was walking out and I was like, hey, what's your name? So my name was Asantua.
Is this story about how you met him?
Yes. Let me cook. I'm landing the plane. So me and Asanta talked on the phone, but it was like we just talked and became really good friends. Like, nothing ever happened, whatever. But when I came down to before I came to Clark, we were all hanging out one night. We're chilling. And I've been hanging out with them for maybe 2 or 3 years now. And I met Táíyé some other place randomly. Mm-hmm. This is going to make sense to you. So now we're all hanging out for almost a year. We're in a car and somebody says, where's your sister, Trauma? Táíyé back then.
Yeah. T squared.
And I was like, Táíyé's sister? He's like, yeah. So we're going to get her. We're going to get his sister. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to meet Táíyé's sister. It's Asantua. Yeah. We've been hanging out for months, and Táíyé and Asantua are siblings, and he never says anything.
Not a word.
Santi never says anything.
Not
this
a word.
Is true. This is how you understand this friendship.
That's who he is.
And then you just popped up one day. I don't know how I met you. I don't remember how I met you.
But that's because everybody knew that we were siblings. I didn't have to tell everybody.
Apparently not.
Like, hey, this is my sister.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Lemuria, you can be in a room with Asantua and Táíyé and not know their siblings, yes or no?
I mean,
They don't even talk to each other when they're around each other.
Yes.
They don't talk to each other. Like, they don't even interact. It's like,
they're just there.
they're just there.
But they know their brother and sister.
They know.
They know.
But they're like, listen, just now, I bet you didn't even hug her when he came inside. He hasn't seen her in a year. He didn't even give her a hug. He just walked in. Am I right or wrong? Asante, did your brother hug you?
We already talked earlier.
See? We don't have to do it again.
See? Yeah.
We talked earlier.
Yes.
Did you see him earlier, Asante? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You didn't see him, see?
We met.
Me and my sister's like, hey.
Yeah. We met freshman year. Then I became Táíyé's roommate, and then that was just kind of how it all evolved.
How'd I meet you, though?
Just
Was it through Carter
random
Hall?
in Carter Hall. Yeah.
I never went to Carter. You know, I've never been to Carter Hall.
Oh well, then it's not there.
I didn't meet you.
I don't know how I met you.
You just popped up.
Just
one day.
popped up. I just popped up. I was there. I didn't have like names like Asantua and Moji and Lemuria and Jifa and Delvita and all those other names. Aisha. Like I was like just Andrea, and it was just weird. So I didn't know if I fit in. Then I met Nikki, and I was like, okay, well,
This Nikki.
there's a Nikki. There's a Nikki. I could be down.
Yeah, nobody in our crew had like just regular Christian Bible names, huh?
No,
Is Andrea Christian? Where's Andrea come from? Is it French? What is it?
I don't know.
You don't.
It's like Andrea. It's like
Oh, it's that.
Spanish.
Oh, say it again.
Andrea.
Okay, great. That was good.
It comes
and where are you
from-
from again? Tell her where you from.
What do you mean?
Where's your family from?
Trinidad.
Okay, cool.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I think I miss country to your friend last night.
Who? My cousin? She's
Your
not my
cousin.
friend.
Sorry, I miss country there.
She called her Latin. He was like, and so
And
where
why
you
is
know
that?
the Latina? And I was
Why is
like,
that?
she eats curry goat and oxtail.
Yeah, I was like, oh, did that.
Yeah, she's not Latina.
Trinidad is one of my favorite places. Well, I've only been for Carnival, to be honest with you. But
Okay,
it changed
I mean,
my
that's
life.
when
I've never
you-
been.
life.
Dre hasn't invited us yet.
Changed my life.
Yeah, no, we're going for Jifa's 50th. So
It changed my life.
When is
Yeah.
that? Next year?
No, G got like 2 years of 50, right? So
Okay.
all of us, myself, Lemuria, Trauma, you'll call him. Moji's not here. Jifa kind of came up in New York together.
Mhm.
In our teenage years. What? Huh?
Asante was there too. You
Oh,
forgot about that. Yeah.
See that?
Just like a brother. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, so that's the setup for the friendship. Yes, we've been friends for a very, very long time.
Yeah. When did we become roommates? Was that 95?
94.
30 years? 30?
94. Yeah. It was the end of 94. And so that's
Right, the
that's
summer of
30
94.
years.
And
And
became-
we did talk about me being married and having male best friends and how that kind of translated. And we talked about you busting my lip. And then when
You just don't keep on bringing it up without context. You can't just say that. You can't just say I busted your lip.
and
It's
so,
like-
then having to introduce Wendell to Táíyé was kind of almost the same thing. It was like I wasn't a Santua. He was like, yeah, it's kind of like you don't even exist when you're around him. It's just like he's just there. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I can see that's like your brother. So it was easy transition.
Yeah, I can't I don't think that I could have came. I would have came in that a little bit more hot than Wendell is because Wendell's a good guy. I would have been like, who are these dudes?
No, we had to get there.
Yeah.
He thought I was making it up, like it was like a Jedi mind trick because your names are so similar.
She
He was
prepped
like,
him.
really? There's two separate people, a Táíyé and a Táíyé.
She gave him the sexy dread prep work.
That's
before.
when we had dreads. That's when we were the sexy dreads.
They both had dreads. They were both from New York. It was like a mess trying to introduce.
You ready for
Y'all.
this? Watch this. I don't have to look at him. What was the best summer of our lives?
2004.
I don't have to look at him.
Oh,
That's when we were in full flow.
yeah, when y'all had the dreads.
I don't think we had dreads then. I think
Oh, well, y'all
I think I
bad
cut
boy
my-
tour?
I
You
cut
had
mine
cut
off.
yours already.
I cut mine
Were
off.
y'all on a bad boy tour?
No, that was 98.
7 there.
98.
Oh.
That was a whole other conversation.
Oh, okay.
But 2004, I had just broken up with the person we talked about on the last episode. And I was like, oh,
Yeah. Well, we don't have much time left, but we were talking about my vetting skills.
I just have to say, us being besties, there's another episode that happened. Where was I for the other
At Pilates.
episode?
At Pilates.
You
Oh,
at
this is
Pilates.
we did
This
more
is
than one
episode-
episode.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
We've been
'Cause I
waiting
was just
for
like,
you.
wait a minute.
No, we did 2
Hold on.
episodes today. You decided that you wanted to go to Pilates.
I had
And so here we are.
I had Pilates planned before.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know that this is going on.
I don't even know how I feel about this being a bestie crew, and we got son for Pilates, yo. Like
Right.
you should have told us
Pilates.
something else, bro. Because like you don't.
Hey.
Oh, I can't come because I'm going to Pilates. Hello.
Right. He did say that.
That's that.
Um,
Are we
but we-
really watching the clock? Like
Yeah, because they have a hard stop. So I'm just
Oh.
trying to make sure that, we stay
Oh, okay.
at our 2
Stay
o'clock.
focused.
Yeah,
So
stay
let's just say
focused.
again. Well, tonight's gonna be epic. I just want to say that. I have a question before we go. Can men and women? Yes, we know the answer. But in relationships, say for example, if you had already had a relationship and like we came in later, would that work?
No.
Okay.
Like today,
Yeah, if we came in today,
I could not have a new male best friend today.
that's
Like it was the only reason I even introduced that concept in the beginning is because I had already known you guys for several years. But today, if I said, hey, Wendell, I'm going out with so-and-so and I'm on the phone with so-and-so and so-and-so is FaceTiming, or I'm going to Belize with so-and-so, no.
agreed.
Wendell would not.
Yeah,
My husband would not.
Agree. You can't have.
He was not
Yeah, I
rubbing
don't
my
think,
forehead.
but you don't just jump. You don't.
He's not rubbing my forehead. Let's just say it's not happening. Yeah.
Yo, you missed the forehead. I gotta tell you a
Yeah.
story. You missed the.
Yeah, that's not my husband. He's not doing that.
I couldn't do it. I'm not. I don't. You
I
can't.
don't think you jump into being best friends, but you might meet somebody, and then over time,
You could be cool, but
you could be cool.
Yeah,
and then
but-
it might.
I texted Drea the other day at like 10 o'clock. Even when I texted, I was like, this is a little late. There's nobody that could text my woman at 10:40 like, hey, what you doing? No new friends for sure.
no new friends.
No,
for-
not old friends. All new friends. If somebody like the way we joke around, that's not you. New person can't come and do that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No,
that's
I would
real,
never
yeah.
introduce that
Yeah.
into my situation.
I don't even.
My marriage is
I
not-
don't even think I would pay attention necessarily.
If you had a wife,
And she had a new male friend.
Oh, I'm just saying.
now
Yes,
that's
not
you
a
don't
new-
believe
no-
that? I believe that.
I believe
He's
he was,
not paying
like, he'd be like,
attention.
yeah.
He'd be so aloof.
Yeah. I would pay attention and be like, yo, who is this? Who this motherfucker? You know what I mean? I would pay
it would just
attention.
depend. It would just depend. But I don't know, like necessarily,
I'm a
like
caveman.
that I'm clocking like who's calling at what time. I think maybe it's more like 1 o'clock in the morning, or you're calling or something like that. I'll pay attention. But the phone dinging, I probably wouldn't pay.
No, not
attention.
that
No.
part. Not that. We're talking about the relationship, like
Yeah.
a real, not the phone just going off.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying
Yeah.
like they were probably watching a show about dogs, and I called and FaceTime.
Yeah.
them.
Now, and let me just be super clear.
Yeah.
It's not always easy for Wendell. He called me one time at 3 or 4 o'clock leaving the club. Wendell gave me the side
He
eye
should.
like a motherfucker.
He should. Like he should.
Yeah.
He should.
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
did.
And he should know better.
He should. He was probably drunk though.
He's probably drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this boundary still for best friends. Let me just help you.
Yeah. Because that was years ago. But
Oh,
I think he was calling me about a girl or something. Something
I was
happened.
calling you about a girl.
Yeah, you was telling me I saw so and so or something happened. I don't know.
Okay.
It was very random.
I don't even remember that.
I want to end this on this note. I'm gonna tell you something. We got 2 minutes. Those that don't know, Dre has been working for a company for how long?
22 years.
And a few years ago, Dre decided that she was going to do stand-up because she wanted to do it. And she went, which takes a ton of courage, first of all, got up and did a really good 5-minute set. I didn't tell you this. I was so inspired by you taking that jump because most of us die with stuff inside of us, right? And I was like, yo, that's incredible. So on your 50th, I just pray that you take more jumps and leaps, that you have a long life, all the money you want, that you get to live out your dreams, be at peace, have a great relationship with your husband, and have victory. That's what I want to end this on.
I receive that. Thank you. Good job.
Like that?
Good job.
So yes, for the second segment, thank you for coming.
You have to
Trauma late
Yeah,
after Pilates.
of course I had to.
Yeah, but
I just didn't anticipate St. Patrick's Day parade.
Oh, that's why you
Oh,
couldn't
that's
get down
right.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So this is our second episode. That was good too. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Two in the bank.
Yeah.
Not bad. I have the same clothes on I had on 2 days ago, but in the first episode. But
In
it's
this first
okay.
episode, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all good. But you know, this might be cool.
It might be cool.
Okay, great. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, closing out.
This
Drea.
is Talking Shit with Drea and Táíyé.
Whose idea was this?
What do you think?
Drea.
Yes, she forced me.
My new name is Dre. By the
It's
way.
Dre.
not Dre. Are y'all calling her Dre? Okay, everybody, let's take a poll.
My
Let's
friends
take a
from
poll.
high school call me Dre. Go ahead. You can take a poll.
Everybody for Dre, say I. Ooh. Everybody for Drea, say I.
Hey!
And Dre it is. Thank you and good night.